welcome to Indego's 10-year anniversary celebration. So as many of you know, bike share serves as a vital, affordable transportation option, providing access to places like education, work, services, major events like Super Bowl, home visits, and it's really become a staple of the city of Philadelphia.
Sorry.
So over the last 10 years, Indego has really become an integral part of the transportation network, and that is thanks to many of the folks here in this room today, so thank you all. When Indego launched, we started with 60 stations and 600 bikes. We've now grown to over 250 stations, 2,200 bikes, a mix of both sides. And together, we pedal towards a greener, healthier, more connected Philadelphia. With over 8 million trips, more than 20 million miles traveled, over 804 million calories burned, over 19 million pounds of CO2 reduced, and replacing more than 2 million car trips. So whether you hop on an Indego bike once, or you're one of our 15,000 monthly or yearly subscribers, thank you all for taking the ride with us. So now I'm going to introduce our first speaker, Carroll, Deputy Manager Director for Police.
Thank you, Waffiyyah. Good morning, everyone, and certainly I want to thank you for coming to the 10-year anniversary of the Indego bike system. And Waffiyyah gave you the numbers, and all that is to say this has been a tremendous success. These past 10 years, we've really accomplished quite a lot, and I'm really here just to thank people who rolled up their sleeves, jumped in, made it happen, and kept it going for 10 years, which is in itself an amazing accomplishment for our city, for our region, for bike share all across the country, and hopefully you'll get a feel for that as I'm sharing some of my thoughts with you today. I want to talk about our key partners, but first, I want to take a moment to mention some former colleagues of mine. And these are the folks who set the foundation for Indego. I'm talking about, of course, the late Ryder Cutler, who was the force of nature that made many transportation things happen in the city of Philadelphia. And Indego is also something we're indebted to her for. Her whole career was about advancing transportation to advance people, and this is a symbol of that work. And I really just want to maybe just take a quick moment of silence. We lost Ryder not too long ago, and it's a chance to honor her first. Okay, thank you. I do see some people who are still among us here, though. So Andrew Stover is in the back. Andrew, way back there. These are the people who translated the force of nature into actual actions, which made Indego a thing, along with the team that was Motu back in the Nutter administration. And I had a chance to kind of watch these guys make this a thing. And it's amazing. There's a lot you can say about Philadelphia embracing change. And this was a big change, but Ryder was determined that this was going to happen, and these folks figured out how to make it a reality. And so we want to certainly mention them and share our gratitude for the work that they did, which was the foundation for the best bike share system in North America. And I'm just going to say that. So we thank you. We thank you for being the team that got us started. Another thing that's been a constant, though, over the last 10 years has been the sponsorship that gives Indego its name. And so for that, we thank you, Greg Deavens, and the whole IBX team who's been along for the whole. You've made it clear that this is about transportation, but it's also about activity. And that's important to the work you do. It's also important to the work that we do, because we share the goal of making sure that Philadelphians are active and that they're healthy and that the outcomes match that. We certainly want to thank Bicycle Transit Systems as the team that serves as the operator for Indego on a day-to-day, hour-by-hour basis, making sure that the bikes are where they need to be, that we have enough bikes, that we're planning ahead, and that we're keeping this whole And among the team at Bicycle Transit, I want to call out Kristin, Gavin-Wisniewski, and also Nate Bowman Johnson. And I don't see Nate, but why is everybody come up front, take some credit. That's why we're here. It's his 10th birthday. Also, though, it's a community effort. So the approach that we mapped out for Indego is that it's not just a thing we're going to just impose on our residents, our community members. We want our community members to be a part of it. That's how Indego is going to thrive, and that's been a key to us being so successful here. So all the community partners, all the ambassadors who've promoted Indego, who have sort of like explained what this is to people who wouldn't know bike share from a rhinoceros, we certainly have to give them a lot of credit too. So I think they all collectively deserve a round of applause for that. Finally, in the terms of the folks who are working directly on Indego, I want to give my own deep gratitude to the team at the city and Otis for the work that they've been doing. So I need to call out again Waffiyyah for her work as the Indego program manager. He's not doing it alone. Stephanie Bridgeway has done tremendous work with and also Megan Alvarez, who's been the transportation. You guys, the three of you, your work is often behind the scenes, but we are definitely indebted to your dedication, and it is really an honor to recognize each of you. So as a result of these individual efforts and the collective achievement, the Indego program has grown to be an essential component of the city's overall transportation network. We consider it the same way we think about the L, regional rail, the bus network. A lot of people depend on Indego to get where they need to go every day. And it's got something those systems don't have, which is 24/7 access. So if you're stranded in some part of the city, you stayed out too late, you can't afford an Uber, there's a good chance there's an Indego bike that's going to get you where you need to go. And our goal is to make sure that this is available for our residents, but also for people who visit Philadelphia. It's a system that serves the city in many ways, and it's easy to use, and it's fun to use, and it's always there for you so that you can get where you need to be. Whether you're going to work, going to appointments, or you're just going for a fun ride. A lot of the infrastructure that we build around bike lanes, around our trail system, we've got Indego in mind. And so if there isn't already an Indego station at the hubs of these networks, we're always thinking a little bit ahead, working with Bicycle Transit to plan how we can establish some infrastructure there so you can make better use of our bike share system. So along those lines, I'll take a minute to pitch another project we've been working on. And I certainly look forward to seeing a lot of blue bikes at the opening of the Kristin Crescent segment of the Schuylkill River Trail, just a few blocks down the street here. That's going to feature our city's first cable stayed bridge, and it's going to be opening next month on May 17th. The timing is perfect because May is National Bike Month, and so I certainly hope to see you all on Indego bikes there. I also want to connect the work we do in terms of Indego and bike share with the principles of Vision Zero. And so the city has worked very hard on many complete streets projects, all manner of safety initiatives to make sure that our roads are safer and more accessible to all modes of travel. And the city adopted what we call a safe systems approach a few years back. And one of the keys of the safe systems approach is what we call safe modes of travel. And that's what Indego is. And so as we combine getting people out of cars, and into other modes of transportation, including bike share, making sure we have the infrastructure in place to ensure that it's safe is an important part of how we make sure there's good symbiosis between the work that Indego does and the rest of the Vision Zero team. Currently, the Vision Zero team is seeking feedback from residents and other members of the community so that we create our next 5-year plan. And so this is going to guide our work from 2025 through 2030. And we encourage you all to get involved and tell your friends to get involved, to fill out an interest form at vision0phl.com. And our team and the folks at Indego can certainly help arrange for a Vision Zero roundtable to take place in your communities. Over the past few years, we've completed many projects that have expanded and enhanced our city's bicycle network throughout many neighborhoods in the city. This includes a two-way separated bike facility right out in front of IBX here on Market Street, the Chestnut and Walnut Street corridors, which stretch all the way from College Creek to West Philly to Center City, and it's a major feature of the transportation network in West Philadelphia and University City. We can talk about the Henry Avenue side path in Roxborough, which creates access to the Wessex Valley Park, the soon-to-be-completed Broad German Erie project, which features sidewalk double bike lanes along Erie Avenue in the Nicetown and Tioga section and Hunting Park neighborhoods in North Philadelphia. Construction is also ongoing on the other end of Market Street in Old City to create another pair of raised and separated bike lanes. And we look forward to finishing this project ahead of the anticipated increase in tourists, but also Indego use in 2026 around our nation's 250th anniversary and the FIFA World Cup. We're all depending on Indego to step up to the challenge. We're going to be a winner one way or the other, but Indigo's going to make that a success for everyone in Philadelphia that year. So, like I mentioned, we're creating a transportation system which we hope benefits everyone in the city. And that is a priority for the way that we think about bike share. From the very beginning, Indego has prioritized transportation equity by investing in service throughout Philadelphia's diverse neighborhoods, and by leading an expansion process that is focused not just on building the business, not just on the dollars and cents, not just on the ease of operation, but for closing gaps for people, making sure that people who need transportation have transportation, and that Indego is that transportation they require. So with that in mind, I want to acknowledge the work that the Better Bike Share Partnership has done in coordination with the city and with Indego, as well as with People for Bikes and NACTO. This helps us plan and think better about how we can destroy these barriers and create connections between people throughout our region. Bike share is going to be a key element of that work, and we feel like we've created a model for bike shares throughout the country, and we've been recognized for that. So through these efforts, Indego has served as both a champion and a model, locally and nationally, raising the bar in terms of what we can do in transportation, but also what we can do for communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, and also thank you for your leadership at Otis. And I also want to thank my other boss, Chris Wahowski, who also led the night. Our next speaker will be Deavens, CEO of IBX.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you, Waffiyyah. Thank you, Mike. And also want to thank all of the other speakers you'll hear from today. We're really excited to welcome you to Independence Blue Cross today. On behalf of all of my colleagues here at our headquarters and across the region, we're excited to celebrate 10 years of Indego. This is really an exciting day for all of us. So whether at the station right outside on Market Street or any neighborhood across Philadelphia, everywhere that I go in the city, it makes me incredibly proud to see Indego bikes. For Independence, it's a constant reminder of our commitment to the people and organizations that we serve, and also to our engagement across this community. You heard the numbers earlier. Indego has essentially quadrupled in size in terms of numbers of rides over this first decade. And finding solutions and opportunities to increase is a large part of what Independence does. Increased access is a large part of what Independence does, and it's a shared commitment that we have as a company. So in 2015, when the idea for Indego came about, we knew that we had to be part of making it happen. The establishment of Indego, I think in many ways, anticipated Mayor Parker's quest to make this the safest, cleanest, and greenest city. And I think also Indego anticipated the critical conversations that are happening right now about transit in Philadelphia. And let me say this, as the chair of the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia, and as a proud Philadelphia resident, we need comprehensive transportation solutions in order to provide equitable access for families, individuals, and our workforce. That includes SEPTA, it includes clean and safe streets, but it also includes Indego as well. So we have to make sure that we all work together to make sure that all Philadelphians get to where they need to go. whether they choose to walk our historic streets, hop on a SEPTA train, bus, or trolley, drive our region's roads or highways, or grab an Indego bike. And certainly we love it when they grab the Indego bike. But now with more than 8 million rides taken in 10 years, Indego Bike Share is a healthy, inclusive transportation option that works for Philadelphians and visitors alike. So whether you're going to your job or going someplace fun, like the Independence Blue Cross Summerfest, which opens soon at the waterfront, Indego is a great way to travel. In our company's 85 plus years of supporting initiatives that enhance the health and well-being of the communities that we serve, this is one of the best ever. So we're really committed to working with Indego until 2030, and we're looking forward to see what happens between now and then and what happens beyond that. But I want to take a moment to really thank everyone on the Indego team, to thank everyone at Bicycle Transit Systems, to thank everyone from the city who's partnered together to make this program extremely successful. We're grateful for the 10 years of amazing success and excited to see what the future holds. We thank all of you for being here with us today, and thank again everyone for making Indego successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Greg, and IBX for your long-standing partnership over the last 10 years. And now I will introduce our next speaker, Kristin, CEO of Bicycle Transit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Waffiyyah. And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As Waffiyyah shared, my name is Kristin, and I have the honor of serving as the CEO of Bicycle Transit Systems. However, I was once upon a time the general manager at Indego for the first 6 years of the program, and so this program is very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who may not know who we are and haven't heard of us, BTS serves as the partner who develops and deploys the bikes and stations, the associated software, as well as the team that provides 365-day operations and customer service. We also have the honor of serving as the steward of the Independence Blue Cross sponsorship that powers the system. Indego's founding story is very closely tied to that of BTS. We were founded just over 10 years ago by Allison Cohen, who's here somewhere. Allison had been launching bike share programs around the world in the very early days of the industry. As a Philadelphia native, Allison had a vision to start and lead her own company, a values-based company that launched and grew bike share programs in a socially responsible way, in a way that centered the riders and the communities served and established strong, trusting relationships between the public and private sector. A decade ago, Indego was the first system that BTS launched. Today, we own and or operate 13 programs across the country, and we provide equipment and services to over a dozen more. While we have grown to a national organization, our roots are here in Philly. We are a locally woman-owned, woman-led company that employs more than 70 people in the greater Philadelphia area, including the vast majority of our call center. So when you call, you're probably talking to someone in Philly. As a mission-driven organization, we make decisions rooted in not only in our financial sustainability, but in our responsibility to the communities we serve. We understand that our choices carry weight, and we strive to ensure their impact is both meaningful and positive. In fact, many of our values and way of doing business have been largely influenced by our work here in Philly. We've had the privilege of working shoulder to shoulder with the City of Philadelphia and the Better Bike Share Partnership and Independence Blue Cross on designing and implementing industry-leading practices that ensure equitable and sustainable access to bike share. In a moment when terms like diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice have become politicized, the City of Philadelphia and BTS as a proud partner affirm that bikes are more than just a mode of transportation. They are a powerful tool for expanding freedom and opportunity, especially for marginalized and low-income communities. Indego is the platinum standard for what public-private partnerships can look like. The joining forces of the public and private sectors to center people, humans, and implement programs that enhance their lives physically, socially, emotionally, and practically. On behalf of BTS, I want to thank and acknowledge our city partners in Independence Blue Cross for modeling the way and demonstrating that trust and transparency can result in an equitable, highly utilized, financially sustainable bike share program. Mike, Chris, Waffiyyah, thank everyone at Otis who we partner with. Thank you for your partnership and your innovative approach to solving very complex problems and always centering riders. Greg, Kathleen, Kathy, Mary Kate, the team we've been working with for a decade. Indego has changed the fabric of this city, and it would not be possible without the support of Independence Blue Cross. I cannot understate the profound impact that you have made on so many Philadelphians. There are two others that I want to call out collectively as we stand here and celebrate a decade of Indego. One is our riders. Indego powers Philadelphians. The vast majority of trips that have been taken over the past decade are Philadelphia residents getting to and from work, school, store, or out for recreation, or connecting to public transportation. Thanks for choosing Indego. Thank you for your love of Indego. Our riders love us, we love them, and we really look forward to another decade of powering rideshare trips. And lastly, I want to acknowledge the BTS staff. Operating a bike share is really, really hard work. When many of our staff come to work each day, they're actually heading out in their offices in the streets of Philadelphia, fixing and maintaining bikes. It's hard labor, it's cold, it's hot, it's windy, and our system wouldn't operate without the tremendously careful and hard work of our local team. I also want to acknowledge Nate Bowman Johnson, who keeps it all together every single day. And I mean every day. All right, so I'm going to wrap with a little trivia. Does anyone have a guess at what word is most commonly associated with the word bicycle?
Helmet.
It's not helmet, unfortunately. No. Freedom. It's freedom. The freedom to move, the freedom to connect, both with people and places. This is what the simple act of riding a bike unlocks. Freedom. Riding a bike is not a novel activity. It is fundamental. In 10 years, more than 8 million trips later, think about the freedom that's been unlocked in the city. So here's to another decade of Indego and to freedom together. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kristin. Thank you to the whole bicycle transit systems team. Our Indego system operates 24/7, all year, rain or shine, snowstorm. They truck through a lot, and so thank you so much for all that you do. Our next speaker is one of our long-standing community partners, Tonnetta, president of Strawberry Mansion CDC.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy 10th birthday, Indego. You know, I'm not to appreciate day parties. So our Indego story goes way back, and it just shows the growth of Indego and the importance it is to communities that are marginalized and underserved. So when I first saw the blue bikes, that's what they're called, in Center City, I was like, wow, that is so cool. You know, they can get to different tourist spots. It would be nice if they would be in neighborhoods like Strawberry Mansion. And it took a while, but Indego came knocking on my door one day, and I was like, yes, an opportunity to expand your network in Strawberry Mansion. Let's go for it. Set up a community meeting. Everybody, listen, this is something that will allow this neighborhood to be part of a network of transit infrastructure. You know, it's going to be helpful. We have Fairmount Park so you can take rides with your friends and your families. And you know what our community said? We don't want that. Oh, no, Tonnetta. What are you trying to do? You're trying to bring the hipsters into Strawberry Mansion to displace us? So it took a lot of calming and talking back and forth because communities like Strawberry Mansion didn't trust him. They didn't understand, some folks, that you wanted to be part of this network, of this infrastructure, so that we won't feel left out. So my question was, and they said, well, why do we want this? You know, it's just for folks that are going to. This is for you. This is for me when I want to ride, right? And eventually, you know, folks are like, okay, we'll give it a try. And when I did that to my community, because I hold them accountable too, right? I said, okay, so this is for you, so let's work at it. But I looked at Indego and said, man, you gotta make it affordable. Back then, how many of y'all remember when you had to pay for minutes on your phone? That was about like $40, right? So I was like, we can't have the bikes in our community and we can't afford to use them. That's going to be a real big failure. And what Indego did was they worked together with the community, got some input back from us, feedback from us, and came up with the access pass. So I came to my community and said, how can you holler when you can get an access pass monthly from Indego for $5, right? What that did was, it spoke to the way that they wanted to engage communities with this bike share. They didn't just want to put stations in our neighborhoods and just leave them there. Leave them there for us just to, you know, just look at them and not use them. So not only did they work and come up with this affordable plan, not only for Strawberry Mansion, but for all Philadelphians, right? Anybody with access pass, and mind you, it still continues today. They also said we're going to help and we want to be partners. So we're going to have learn to ride classes. We're going to show you how to ride bikes in the street. I was like, what? You can ride bikes in the street? And so they supported Strawberry Mansion CDC and other neighborhoods by developing an ambassador program. And that was the major key, because they just didn't drop stations in our neighborhood. They said, we're going to partner with you. So I think, personally, Indego, for doing it right, because so many people do it wrong. You did it right, and you are continuing to do that by engaging neighborhoods. Before you even put stations there, you're talking to folks. What do you think? Where do you think it will go? What is the best option? And our community has taken so much ownership over our bike stations that when they asked to move a bike station, we was like, wait a minute, what? No, hold on. I knew I had them. When I saw a family riding their bikes, all the kids had their own bikes, and the mother checked out her bike at the Indego station so she could ride with her family. But I really knew I had them when I saw the young kids popping wheelies on the blue bikes. And I said, I'm supposed to do that. But again, thank you for doing it right. Thank you for coming to our community with respect and other communities like Strawberry Mansion with respect. Because this change is upon us in our neighborhoods. And sometimes we have to convince people that it's for you, that you can use it. You need it more than anyone. And so I'm excited for the 10 years. I know that I've been able to speak about Indego in different forums, and I know that they work hard. They're going all around the world looking at other bike shares and seeing how they can just do the best practices, make it better for Philadelphia. So you guys invested in the bomb infrastructure here for Philly, so I hope it continues. And for all Indego and bike share, I am excited for you. I love you guys. I'm here for you all. And I just thank you and I appreciate you so much for coming and providing this service to Philadelphians. Happy birthday.
Sorry, that one made me a little emotional. But I thank you so much to Strawberry Mansion, CDC, and all of our community partners. You have invested so much trust in us. It's when people weren't ready to trust us, and we will continue to show up for you the way you have us. Next, we have another community partner coming up to speak. I would like to welcome Stephanie Ford, co-CEO of Coffee, Creams, and Chickens.
Good morning. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited to be here. Number one, because I'm an avid cyclist. I think everybody should ride bikes. Wherever, just ride. As a former ambassador And an avid cyclist, I have seen, just witnessed the importance of what a bike share program can do in the city. Outside of being a mode of transportation, it also promotes health and wellness for people to get around and just to go from point A to point B. Where my coffee shop is located, there's a station across the street, so I see people every day taking bikes, bringing bikes back, taking bikes, bringing bikes back. And I'm also excited that the bike share program is all over the city, the Indego bikes are all over the city. I live in East Oak Lane, so even when I was an ambassador, I was like, when are we going? Like, further north with these bikes? So I was excited to see the bikes at Temple, where Temple Hospital is. So I know they're just kind of moving up. But I appreciate actually being invited. I'm always sharing Indego. I told Stephanie Ridgeway last summer I had a chance to ride Indego, which I haven't done in a long time. I went to pick the bike up at the Art Museum and rode it down to South Philly on the trail for Ogun Day. I was so excited about first bike didn't work, but I got another bike on the trail. But I was so excited that I actually got the bike, checked it out, rode all the way down there, came back on the trail. And as soon as I saw Stephanie again, I was like, guess what I did? I got the bike, I rode. And so it's easy, it's affordable. I'm glad Indego is there. Happy 10th birthday. I can't believe it's been that long. And keep it going. I hope that this will continue for the years to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. And if y'all haven't been to Coffee Cream and Dreams, it's one of the best lattes here. All right. So before we close, I just wanted to say another thank you, especially to some of our community partners, which I see some faces. I see Tyreek in a bag. I see a few other people. So thank you to our community ambassadors, Indego Community Advisory Council, and all of our community partners. I also want to thank the Bicycle Coalition of Greater Philadelphia, who leads our education programming and all of those things, so thank you for that. Also, Mike mentioned it, but also just want to give another shout out to those who really helped shape the Indego program. Carnisha Pachi, I see you back there. Yes, Aaron Rich, I see y'all. Andrew Stover. Karen's not here, but Karen Ferrantino, Alex Doley, all of you who really helped to not only bring Indego to the city, but to really shape the foundation that we still stand on 10 years later. I also want to give a shout out to Andre Cheney. If you haven't had a chance to view, he made some custom designs for Indego helmets for the 10th birthday celebration. He's an amazing artist, so thank you, Andre, for your contribution and please check out the website. And I also just want to mention a few things that Indego has coming up for the birthday. So next Wednesday, we are partnering with the Wednesday Night Ride crew to do a Wednesday night ride. It will be a huge ride starting at the Art Museum at 7 p.m. Indego bikes will be provided. So it's an amazing time to try Indego with a group of cool folks. And if you don't know, we are offering free single trip rides today, all things today. So if you haven't tried Indego out, today is the day. And we are also providing early access to our bike month promo, so you're able to get a Indego 30 pass for just $5 for the first month starting today to the end of the day. And thank you all again for coming. 10 years, it's been amazing. Looking forward to the next 10 years, and thank you, and let's cut the cake.